Hi everyone, how are you doing? Thank you so much for tuning into our channel. I hope you are having a wonderful day regardless of wherever you are. Everybody's in lockdown, but the show doesn't stop and we keep on grinding, we keep on working, keep on making connections. And today we got a very special guest. The reason why I highlighted it and said that it's so special is because that company is a former winner of our startup competition that we've held in Barcelona in November. And this company right now is going crazy with the amount of news and the amount of good stuff that they've prepared for us. So I'm here on the line with Luis, which kindly actually accepted my offer to get an interview. I know that they're running out of time and they're like on the meetings, so we want to speed it up a little bit and make it fun for you. Of course, you might have noticed as well my bald head because, well, the time goes by, we're not getting younger, guys, so we got to be creative. And, quarantine days got us like hanging out around. So without further ado, let me introduce Luis from GeoDB. Luis, thank you so much for coming to our online interview. I hope you're all right. I hope you're safe. Just give me a couple of words of how are you doing and how is everything in the company?
Thank you very much for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys. Well, I'm locked down here in Madrid. We have, as you see, wonderful weather, but we cannot go out. Nevertheless, we keep on working, fighting. We will hopefully soon get away from this. So yeah, we keep on being very positive and all good. Health is good, family is good, the team, the company, working hard as always. So yeah, remaining positive and trying to be strong in this tough situation.
Man, that's the most important. That's the most important, the key factor, that everybody's feeling healthy, everybody's feeling energetic. I think that's the key component, the key driver that pushes you forward to innovate and to create. I'm really happy for that. So I know you're a busy man. I know you're working a lot. So I'm gonna try to squeeze in as many questions as I can, but to have a good understanding, because the reason why I really want to highlight this interview is because as you know, in our YouTube channel, we interview a lot of the investors and VCs, and from our network, and we receive a perspective view of their side of how the things are going from their point of view. But we actually decided to twist it around, 180 degrees and see what are the startups feeling right now, because I think that's very crucial for startups to understand, what kind of situation they're in right now. What shall they do? Shall they wait until everything is sorted, or shall they actually go, full throttle, just pedal to the metal and, keep on grinding? So my question here is regarding your business activity, just in general. Do you actually notice that there is any difference, positive or negative, in general, regarding your, company's functionality? Has it maybe slowed you down in a sense, or has it really, made you rethink about something, and has it boosted you up? So what's your take on that?
Well, we are super focused right now. Obviously, we are a tech company. Most of our team is on development stage constantly. So we really didn't notice any difference, despite not being able to go to the office. We've always been very focused on this kind of flexible type of work. So we always leave the opportunity to our team to decide whether or not to go to the office. We only meet once per week. So we've always been very sure that this type of work we are all having to do right now is the one that better works. No? So from that point of view, everything is good. And I think this is going to be a very good opportunity for many other companies to understand that there's another way of doing things. Okay, and that spending so much time moving around, traveling, going to the offices, the high costs, all these spaces have. There's another way of doing things, and this is a very good opportunity in which many companies have had to implement this kind of flexible type of work, and they are actually seeing that nothing changes. It's all about the people and responsibility of people. So from that point of view, we have been working the same way as we have been working since the beginning. No problems there. People are super focused. Okay, we have a lot of controlling tools. Of all the things that we have to do on a daily basis. We keep on using the same things we used before. So from that perspective, everything is okay. Obviously, we've seen some changes regarding our activities, outside our company. So all of the conversations we were having regarding clients, B2B partners, B2C partners, well, everything has slowed a little bit but mainly not because other people don't want to do things, but more because they needed the time, to reshape things. No, we were totally prepared. For us, it was very easy to maintain our activity, but for other companies, they needed some weeks to start to work correctly in this new type of shape. Okay, so but now after the first couple of weeks, I would say now things are starting to speed up again, and all of our conversations, regarding I don't know, investors, media, partners, clients, everything is starting to gain traction again. So I'm super positive. I think that this is not gonna affect too much companies like us. And anyway, if something weird happened or we have to readapt ourselves, we are a very flexible company, so we won't find big issues, moving forward.
Yeah, that's the actual real spirit of a startup, I think, no, because you can really adjust yourself to any situation, to any scenario. That's awesome. I think that's cool. That's really cool. That's what a startup, spirit should be like in the first place.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So the only bad consequence in the end is when we have some of the products from our ecosystem which are already launched and which are based on actual mobility of the people. No, so obviously the metrics behind those platforms and products have been obviously affected. Less people moving, less traction, less or fewer metrics. No, but we know that will come up back again as long as we are able, to move around. So not really very upset about that, but that's the only bad consequence about not having people moving around right now for us.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you actually partially responded to one of the questions that I've prepared, was regarding the product portfolio, or change of, let's say, business model in general. So could you please elaborate a little bit more to our viewers whether this has really affected your business model? Have you had to readjust it? And what is the let's say gratitude of those adjustments? So was it something like slight adjustment, or was it rather very serious and very let's say non-ordinary switches that you had to perform? So what's your view on that? What was your experience like?
Well, actually, and this is probably, or not many companies are in our same type of position. Okay, so we are based on the big data industry, blockchain. Those industries are growing like crazy, and they aren't really gonna be very affected by all this crisis. No, they may stop a little bit, but they will jump up back again very fast. But the thing is that this situation for us has, I would say, even improved, okay, our status as a company, because much of the consequences we are observing right now on, the economy, the countries, the people, health status, all that, okay, has a lot to do with information, open data, being able to actually access data real time, okay, to better, take decisions, and analyze what's going on, and how we can adopt measures, to improve the whole thing. One of the toughest things we've had here in Spain is that we didn't know what was going on until we were already inside the problem. Okay, if actual government, the country itself had known before what was going on, it would have been much more easy for everyone to react, and to take decisions, and probably the consequences would have been smaller, definitely smaller. So the good thing for us is that all this crisis is actually opening, the eyes of the people, and now they understand how important information is and data, and how to build open ecosystems where people can actually not only share but access information in real time. So I think that this situation right now is definitely going to become a big push, and revamp, and it's going to really even more accelerate the whole process of the big data industry, when it comes to the people, open information, and real-time data. So from our perspective, we are receiving right now a lot of, I have been contacted by many people, that they've seen what we're doing, and they are trying to look for more efficient ways in which to, access, store, analyze data, from the people. So from our perspective, it's been like, like the last push, we needed to have to really understand that what we're doing is something that has a lot of value. So no shift of the business model, but like the last push we needed to receive to understand that we are in the good path. So now the team is completely focused. We know our vision, we know our mission, and now we are really pushing it even more faster than we were doing before. So good from my side, from our side, very good conclusions, and this is really helping us to become a relevant player in the industry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is that basically this, these circumstances, they acted as a trigger for you and for your company to really evaluate and, analyze all the strengths and all the weaknesses that you have. And therefore, because, driven by motivation, you were actually, you were determined to hide or fix those weak points that you had, and actually make them your advantage, to use it to your advantage. Am I understanding you correctly?
Yeah, but basically it made us realize that what we thought were our strengths are even more strengths. So they are like bigger and more powerful, and like the weaknesses are actually being left away due to this growing demand of this type of technologies. So like it put us directly in a higher situation. Absolutely. So yeah, you are completely correct with what you were saying right now. Yeah.
That is so cool. I mean, you are a living proof of the fact that nothing can really stop startups, and especially as I know, I've been checking your information regarding how the fundraising was going, and if I'm not mistaken, you have maybe like 4 or 5 days, right, till it finishes, and you were already managed to capture a little bit just around 1.5 million euro, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me please in here, but yes. that is something that really shocks me in a good way, and that is just simply crazy. The reason for that is during these times that everybody was thinking, oh well, maybe I should just wait, maybe I should sit back and see what's going on. You did not give up, you did not postpone it anyhow, or you didn't shift the time, but you just said, why not doing it? Why not trying? So, combining what you've said regarding your vision, your attitude towards this problem, and the results, I really see that, there is a huge, there is a huge misunderstanding from the society that some people are feeling, maybe they're feeling scared or maybe too precautious, just about this whole thing, because they say, well, even though my business is online, I still don't want to, don't want to really push it because nobody knows what's going to happen. But you just proved everyone that there is no, there is no correlation between these two factors. You managed to
obviously,
yeah.
Obviously, if you are I mean, if you have a restaurant, a bar, which is, the government actually told you have to close, then obviously you have a big problem.
Most definitely, sure. When we're talking about this type of business, it's understandable, of course, it's relatable.
Yeah, but in our case, from digital industry perspective, I think that tough moments, or actually yesterday my CTO wrote an open letter that we published on our Medium account, and it was called technology during dark times. Mm-hmm. And even in these dark times, I think that tough moments are always opportunity moments, and there's always something you can do, sometimes just to help, with your technology. That's what we've been trying to do with, the Spanish government. We have a deep technology that's capable of, storing data, grabbing data in real time, analyzing all that stuff, and be able to generate a lot of, conclusions with which, public statements could actually better understand what's going on. So we've been trying to develop non-profit activity, because we feel that if we have the knowledge and the capacity to do stuff, it's part of our responsibility as a company, to give back some of what we can do to society, But from a business perspective, I was reading the other day this very cool article about the companies that were created back in 2008. And you have a huge company that was actually created in 2008, Airbnb.
That's right.
So as I was saying, opportunity times, maybe you have to shift, but when complete economy stops, if you are the only one that doesn't stop, then the whole thing is for you. You have a lot of opportunities, because if you're a company that you are here, suddenly you completely stop your activity until you get back on track, you're gonna take time. And who's gonna be, actually doing stuff here? If you are the one that maintain your activity, that keep on going, that looks for opportunities, you are gonna find a lot of stuff to be done. And from a business perspective, obviously, it's not like trying to, use bad moments for others for you to. No, it's not. That's not the way of thinking. I mean, you have to look for opportunities all the time. And this moment is a very good opportunity, because there are gonna be less people competing out there. Mm-hmm. So less competition, so if you are the one that stays strong, you are going to find probably much more things to do and ways in which you create value on top of your company than before. So you have to stay positive, man. You have to, at every moment, you have to look for how can you be different, how can you do things that others aren't doing, how can you do things helping the world. And that's a little bit what we have been trying to do in GeoDB during these last weeks or month already.
Allow me just to say that this by far is the most, I think the most comfortable and the easiest interview I've got, because you're literally taking out my questions that I'm about to ask you. And just by letting you finish up the sentence properly, you're basically answering the questions that I've prepared for you. So that's really cool. That's something that really facilitates my job here, and it's so perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, and it's so cool what kind of feedback you were given to us. I think it's really valuable, and I think that's very helpful, in all of the cases.
So just once more, because we were talking also before about funding. Well, actually, of course, this was not helpful for us. No, when you get into this situation in the middle of a fundraise, obviously you're going to have many investors, simply wanting to step out. So we were, we had this goal to reach between 2 to 2.5 million euros of total fundraise, and that's going to be around 1.5, 1.6. So obviously we lost some of the expectations we had, no? But what I've perceived from the market is that some other investors you were not expecting are actually looking for new options, new options to put their money into, because startups in the end is like a long run business, no? So it's not about putting your money today like in the stock market and maybe you can go out tomorrow, no? So you have a maturity period that's going to take some years. So now you may find people willing to put their money in some sort of safe place, which is a startup, which is going to be developing during some years, and you don't have to be on top of your money day after day, moving your portfolio. You can simply look for opportunities in teams you trust, in companies you trust, in business models you think you're capable of generating value. And I had very positive conversations during this last month, during this race we're doing. And obviously we lost some people, but the ones that stepped in are super comfortable, and they are like super helpful, and they are not only willing to put their money, but like really push the company and help you move forward. So I haven't seen like a very big change there. Okay, so it was a reduction of the amount. Okay, but actually I got to know very interesting people that are now bringing not only money but big value to the company. So again, it was a very positive experience raising money during this very tough situation. And my conclusion is that if you have a good company, if you have a good business model, you have a good team, and you have a clear path towards growth, value, and profitability in the end, you are not going to have problems to raise money. I mean, there's a lot of money out there. All of the measures that all of the European Union, United States, that are going to be approving all this time to get to bring liquidity to the market. There's going to be a lot of money out there, and if you have something good, you shouldn't have any problem in raising money.
All right, that's great. That's very great. One of the last things I wanted to touch on in this interview, as far as I know, you are planning on going as well to the boot camp that we have organized in the end of September. So I know that you're interested. I know that we're in the process of onboarding and finalizing of the onboarding process. That's very cool, especially taking into consideration that this is going to be your second time that you're planning on, coming after winning the startup competition in Barcelona previously. My question is actually formed by several factors, but I'll just summarize it for you. So what kind of advice would you give to other startups during these times as a reference? So let's maybe not focus exactly on the coronavirus, or let's not focus exactly on the crisis, but let's say critical times. What's maybe your most valuable advice that you can give to them? Something from your experience that you've already understood.
Yeah, I think I'm absolutely convinced that even in these critical moments, you need to be close to what's going on out there, and the best way to keep in touch, with the market, with the industry, is attending this type of events. We had a wonderful time last year in Barcelona. We were able to meet a lot of people. We had great conversations. We met investors, business partners, industry players. We learned a lot, and you never have to lose the opportunity to attend to this. Obviously, there are many types of events. Yours, I think, it's one of the more one in which I got out more value from. Okay, because it was very focused and people really were very, very helpful. So even in critical moments, the best way to take good decisions, is to understand and feel, what's going on the market, and the only way you're going to be able to do that is meeting with people, facing people, having good conversations, understanding what other companies are facing, what are their strengths, what are they, what are they going through. Maybe you can extract, very good advice from other things. And if your strategy is going to be to stay at home, afraid, underneath the cave, because you think that that's the most safe way to go through critical moments, then you're messing things completely up. Okay, you have to be close to the action. You have to be close to other companies, to the market, to the industry players, and that's the best way to get good advice and to do what you have to do. So I recommend people that even if they are, I don't know, afraid, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. And the best way to face these situations and it's to actually face them, and actually going to this kind of events. So I absolutely recommend people that it is probably the most protective measure they can take. Going, understanding, talking, and getting direct feedback and information from the people who go there. So I think it's a no-brainer. From my point of view, it's a no-brainer.
Man, that's great. I'll take this phrase, what you've said, and I'll actually copy paste it, and I'll put it on the website or as an independent video. A motivational 15-second speech. To what the startup should feel like at this moment. This is so cool. This is just simply amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I know that you're running off time already, and I know that you got a next meeting coming up. So I'm not going to take more of your time. I am really grateful and really thank you for the opportunity you gave us and gave to other startups in our pipeline. In our network. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming into our, let's say, online interview. I really hope that everything is going to work out the way you planned it, and I wish you all the best. Just genuinely and frankly speaking. So,
it was wonderful meeting you again. Even we're doing it. First time we did an interview, it was face to face in our offices.
Oh yeah, in the same city. We're in the same city, but at the same time cannot even have an interview in one place. That's ridiculous. But yeah, we improvise.
Thank you very much for inviting me. And I just want to end up with a positive message to everyone. The best way to face this is to keep on pushing forward. So don't lose faith. Keep on working, and hopefully this will already be a bad dream in some weeks, months. So keep on pushing, guys, and happy to be here with you. And hopefully I was of a little help to your viewers.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Luis from GeoDB. Please subscribe to our channel. Please put likes. Please follow GeoDB. We'll leave a link in the description. These guys are amazing. They can give you a lot of really cool innovations, and they can give you cool advice like you just heard in our YouTube channel. So please do it for us, support us, and support GeoDB. Luis, I thank you once again for your time, and have a wonderful day.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. It was a pleasure. Bye-bye.